Dark Charm Records in the building.
So, Chris Hunt, who is a UK urban music producer and owner of the label Dark Charm Records, which is also DCR. He is a dancehall, drill, trap, RnB and hip hop producer, and his signature sound and DCR bass line can be heard and felt in all his tracks to date.
Yeah, right under us right now. Right now, we have one of the tracks then. Is it Shy?
It's Shy, yeah.
Yeah? Narcissist.
That's correct, yeah.
And this, so you produced this, right?
I produce this, yes.
Yo, listen, when we
Beautiful
was listening
track,
to this, I
yeah.
know we're doing it kind of like back to front, yeah, because generally, whenever our guest comes into the studio, whether they're a producer, an artist, we always ask them throughout the show to, you know, let us know about 3 of their favorite tracks that they've produced, etc. But myself and Miss T, when we was producing a show and we heard this track, we was like, yo, man's large out here, you get me? So we're just gonna try and keep it professional.
Much appreciation.
But anyway, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, I'm great today. I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me today.
Your beard looks great.
Oh, thank you so much, man. It takes a lot of dedication, man. But, yeah.
Are you following, like, is it Byron Wallace?
No,
So they do like beard care as well.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so that might be someone to look into, and maybe they can hook you up with a little something, because, you know, like, you're a producing thing and you can just make a little mention.
Yes,
I'm just
here.
saying,
Come on.
you know,
Come
it's
on,
all
come on.
about
Yes,
supporting
yes,
black business
yes,
out here,
yes,
black
yes.
producer and all of that. So,
Yes,
you know
yes.
what, I'll send you the info.
Fully, yes, please.
DM,
Yes,
yeah?
please, go.
So you're good then, basically, yeah?
Yeah, very good, very good.
Excellent. So we're listening to one of your tracks right now, and I just want you to just tell our listeners right now, tell us about yourself. How did your journey begin with music? How did you get into producing music?
Okay, I got into producing music a long time ago now, over 20 years ago, school GCSE actually.
Hold on, did you say over 20 years ago?
Over 20 years ago.
Bruv, you look like you're like 21 or 22. It's just that the beard is just disguising the thing. Guys, if you can't see this guy, like, go onto the Instagram. Man is kind of, yo, I don't even want to get into no trouble because I know, say you got a woman and thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
man look good.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, thank you very much. So yeah, I actually got into producing school GCSE. A teacher, Mr. Masters, I'll never forget him, and I always have to thank him. We actually used to produce on keyboards.
Right.
But one time he said to me, Chris, I can see you're quite advanced at what you're doing. Have a look at here. He took me into his little studio that he had in the back of the classroom. And he showed me that you can make music on the computer. I didn't know that you can do that at all. I was only 14 then. I didn't even know about computer music, but he showed me. After that day, I went home. I said, Mom, I need a computer.
Yeah.
And she said, why? I said, I want to make music. She's like, all right, okay, because I was always making music. I used to be in my school band in primary school.
Right.
In primary school, I used to play up to, I think it was about 11 instruments. It's quite a lot.
Wow.
What? 11 instruments?
You said that like it was not.
Like,
not.
and another thing, my girl can't even play an instrument. You know the way that man said 11, you know, like
11.
double numbers.
I just used to like trying them all, and even to this day, I still can't actually read music. I just always used to play by ear.
Wow.
So
That's a
yeah, I
natural
think this is
gift,
why I know this is
talent.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why I'm just really following it now. I just giving it my all, and
That's
lo and behold,
amazing.
it's starting to work. It's starting to work. I'm here. I'm here and I'm happy.
That's absolutely
Fabulous.
amazing. So can you tell us the 11 instruments?
Yeah, I'll go for it. Acoustic guitar, recorder. I think it was called the bass recorder, the big recorder the teachers used to use. I touched a little bit on the flute, harmonica, bass harmonica, trumpet, euphonium, trombone. I used to play a little bit of the tuba. There was another brass instrument like the euphonium, the French horn, that was a smaller one than that. Then I was in the school choir. I've actually even lost count of how many
Listen, you know
instruments that
what?
is, and then it went to secondary
Genius?
school, started doing drums.
Like,
Musical
really?
genius.
Like, seriously?
Come on, stop downplaying it. Come on.
Oh my
How big you are.
goodness, my head
You're
is
a
hurting
genius.
me.
Yeah, it was a lot. It
My
was a
dad
lot.
tried to get me to play the trumpet and it just didn't work. And you're just reading it off like it's
I'm
kind of
still,
nothing.
I'm still on London's Burning on the recorder. That's
listen.
all. Anytime I find one, innit?
You know, that was just a classic. I think I could still do that because you know you practice it so much. It was just like,
easy.
yeah, it was just so easy.
AABB.
All right,
All
stop
right.
showing off.
Innit?
Stop showing off.
down.
Okay, we see you. All right, okay, all right. So you're really just trying to embarrass us on our own show,
no,
but it's all
never,
good.
never.
It's all good. So,
Yes.
11 instruments.
11 instruments.
Yeah,
So
11.
in your bio, it mentioned that you were a premature baby.
Yeah. I think it was I think it was just over 6 weeks premature. 6 weeks premature I was, yeah.
So you
6
are.
weeks to 2 months. I can't remember exactly, but it's 6 to 8 weeks.
So
It's like 2 months, isn't it? Yeah.
you are a blessing, and you're supposed to be here
Yeah,
because you are a
basically.
survivor. You're
Thank
strong.
you very much.
And
£2.
your mantra.
Yeah, I wanted out. Don't you dare give up.
Hey.
My mantra,
Yeah, I
don't
love
you
that.
dare give
Hey.
up.
You know
Don't
what? I
dare.
need to have you around me all the time because every single week me I give up. I'm not gonna lie to people.
No,
Every
no.
week me I give
Kaz
up.
needs you to put that on a T-shirt for
Listen,
her, okay,
yeah.
my friend?
You know what? You see, we're giving you so much business ideas.
What it is, I do actually have a small fashion label for Dark Charm Records.
Hey.
And we do actually have some hoodies. I've got one printed up at home with Don't You Dare Give Up, so that's already done.
Okay, so
See my psychic abilities?
So are we
Don't
gonna
play.
get like some free merch so we can advertise it for you?
Of course. Just let me know what you need. Let me know what you need.
Do you do
Or
like
I'll
hoodie
just supply you
dress?
with something. Sorry,
Do you do like hoodie dresses?
I can get one printed on a hoodie dress. Yeah, if I can
Yeah.
find a hoodie dress, we can get it printed.
You know, let me just continue with the show because I'm going into fashion mode and start to design and things like that. Like, this is not that showcase. Keep it onto the show itself. But I'm not going to lie, when I saw you on Mix Master J show on his
Yes.
Jump Up
Yes,
Thursday,
yes.
I was like, yo, this man is bad. You know,
Thank
even your story that you were sharing with regards to your dad and everything else, I just was like really taken back because
Yeah,
you
big up.
very rarely hear a young man talking about their father in that way. So can you just share about, you know, your relationship with your dad and the things that he's done for you? Because obviously our
Yeah, of course,
listeners are
certainly.
listening, they've never heard of you, and some
Certainly,
people may have.
certainly. All right, well, actually, getting into producing, my dad actually bought me my first keyboard. I never forget, 6 years old, we've just moved into our house in South London. It was the first Christmas that we had. I remember waking up in the morning and hearing some sort of piano playing, and I went downstairs and I opened the front room door and I saw my dad playing the piano, and I thought, Dad, how on earth have you learnt to play the piano? He was actually, he played the demo on the piano and he was just miming to play. And he said, hey, yeah, son, this is yours. I was the only child. I did have a lot of cousins around me, but obviously I live at home on my own, so I just took that keyboard and just embraced it. I just used to play and play and play, or I think I was trying to play anyway. I never knew how to read music, but yeah, that was my main source of fun. And when I was lonely, I had my keyboard to turn to. If I was bored, I had my keyboard to turn to. If I was excited, I had my keyboard to turn to. So I think that's just really instilled it in me now. And now one of my best friends at home, which helps me make my music, is what? My keyboard.
Keyboard,
So,
yeah, that's amazing. And you know what I love about that story is you were so young, 6, because
Yeah.
that's the age where you sponge up so much.
It is,
you
yeah,
know?
definitely, yeah.
And the fact that your father done that for you, he recognized your
Yeah.
talent, etc.
Yeah.
You know what your desires were. It kind of reminds me of, you know, DJ Cassidy. And I don't know if you know much about his story, but he basically was just like saying about all of those say 70s like legend artists
okay, yeah,
that
yeah,
he
yeah.
just wants them to know his name personally.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's how comes he got into like doing the DJing and everybody knows his name
All
kind
right,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it kind of reminds me of a similar story
Yeah,
for
okay,
yourself
yeah.
with your
Yeah,
dad.
yeah, yeah.
And now obviously this is the harvest from it.
It is, yeah.
You know?
It is.
That's amazing.
Can I ask,
Yes,
what
of course
kind
you
of
can.
music did your dad expose you to?
Same as everyone else, reggae.
Come on.
Reggae,
Come on,
reggae.
pure reggae, numbers rock. Any type of reggae. One person he did used to like, used to make me laugh because he used to sing it in the kitchen was Ninja Man.
Come on.
He used to like Ninja Man
Capleton?
nah, there was another guy. And he had a yellow,
What? No.
the
No,
guy and he
not
was slightly
Yellow Man.
disfigured.
Yellow Man.
Yellow Man.
Yeah, him,
Yellow Man
he
is
used to-
big.
Yeah, that's it.
There's
Yeah,
a
he used to sing all of
legend.
his, yeah, man, all of that stuff.
Come
Morgan Heritage was his favourite. I always know that. It's Morgan
Okay,
Heritage.
so
yeah.
your man, your dad is proper.
Come on, yeah,
he's
man.
a
He knows his
proper
music,
music
yeah,
man.
man,
He's a
yeah, man.
music man still. So did you go City Splash?
I didn't go see.
You missed out. You missed out, fam.
I'll give you a little secret, yeah. I live 5 minutes away from
No.
But what it was, sorry. I went to a wedding in Essex the night before, and
You couldn't do it.
yeah,
You was there.
But you're a young
couldn't do
somebody.
it. I couldn't do it. Yeah, I'm a young somebody, but I think with a lot of producers, or I can only really speak for myself now, we can be quite introvert.
Yeah.
Our fun is making the music. It's like a baker's fun is to bake the cake. They're not necessarily going to bake it and go and eat it afterwards. They're not
that's
going to go,
very
you know
true.
what I'm saying? So I think for me, my fun is making the music and giving my music to people and letting them see what they can do with it.
That makes sense, because when you do think about producers that are out there, like Dollis Aston and all, they are quite introverted, but you're very creative. So in your appearance, like I'm looking at you, you just come look like Rick Ross is in the building. You know what I'm saying? But they're better. Rick Ross is still a boss. Yeah. So let me not say what I was going to say, because you know any opportunity might come my way. So let me say. But yeah, you just when you come through the door, when I saw you, you just look like money.
Oh, thank you.
You just look like money.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So we just got to make sure we get those pictures photographed.
Definitely.
Get all the pictures you can. Yes. While they're free.
While they're free. Do you understand?
While they're free.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's why I say make sure we get the pictures them in, because you know man's gonna blow up. You know, man's already blown up.
You've already blown up.
The artist that he's working with and everything.
Absolutely.
Mate, I'm just mate.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
so.
crazy.
A little bird told us, a little birdie, right, said to us that you want to work with like legendary dancehall king like Beanie Man.
Yeah, Beanie Man. I want to work with a lot of people. I said Beanie Man, and I'll say it again on this show. Beanie Man, Zim Zimmer. I actually won that record. Jeff Schumann, he was friends with my mum. He rang me for a competition that they used to do.
What, on Choice FM?
On Choice FM, yeah. So I actually won that on a competition. And that was the first actual vinyl that I had.
Right.
It was the Green Sleeves edition, so it had Beanie Man, Sean Paul, Mr. Vegas on there, and all of their dubs. But that was the very first dancehall record that I had, and that was the very first record that I had to play. I started DJing when I was 10.
Right.
Again, Dad, big up yourself. My dad bought me my decks. I said to my dad, I want decks.
You know what?
We didn't have much, but he went out and did whatever he needed to do, and he came home with the deck. So, Dad, I always got to respect you for that. I always respect you because of my dad, but Dad, I love you so much for that. I love you so much for that. Maybe you didn't know what you was doing at the time, but I'm here now, Dad. So you can see. Thank you so much.
And do you see the importance for a parent to actually tap into their child, especially when they're young?
Yeah.
It's not about forcing them I'm not saying don't get education, but if you notice that your child has got a natural talent and natural interest for something, do keep on, just pushing them forward. Because you never know. Like,
you never know.
I'm sure your dad probably didn't think, well, maybe
he didn't.
He didn't.
No one didn't. I didn't think. Well, I always had a dream that I wanted to make music, but I mean, back then, especially when I was really young, I didn't know anything about computer music. I thought you just had to be a musician, do you know what I mean? Right. So then when I actually was exposed to computer music in school, I just thought, no, I really need to do this now. I know I definitely can do this, because reading music for me, it was a bit of an issue. I would always be able to learn and play by ear, but when it comes to sometimes to performing out, and they said, no, you need to read this part, I was a bit shaky, so I pulled away from that. But once Mr. Master showed me the computer music, it was a rap.
You were flying.
Absolute rap.
You know who you kind of remind me of? What's the blind guy? You know, and Jamie Foxx played him. Ray Charles.
Ray.
Yeah. So when you was talking about, like you can't read the music, because obviously he was blind, but he can hear the sound, and he will just reflect from that, and that's what came to my mind.
Yeah.
That's just like, mate, that's talent. That's next level.
Yeah, that's how it works for me now. I just go on whatever feels good. If it doesn't sound good, I'll cut it out. If it feels good, then I just let it go. Even sometimes, some of the beats that people choose, to me, sometimes I think, why on earth did you choose that one? Like, I mean, like, it's always the ones that you never think that would do anything that end up going on to be good
and
records.
It blows up.
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Saying that, who are some of your favourite producers from the Caribbean, UK and USA?
I can tell you right off the bat, my favourite producer from the Caribbean is DeMarco at the moment.
DeMarco.
Yeah, I like DeMarco. He started building rhythms when he was young, and he's still in the game now. I watch his videos on YouTube now. Yeah, DeMarco.
Okay.
He's my favourite from the Caribbean.
From the Caribbean?
Yeah.
Right, USA.
USA, it's not actually reggae or dancehall, but it's Dark Child.
Yeah,
Dark Child really influenced his beats. Him and Timbaland. Him and Timbaland back then, when they started doing all the Destiny's Child, all the fast drums and all, Dark Child for me. That's where a little ode to my name, Dark Child.
So when you was watching Versus, did you watch Versus with Swiss Beats and Timbaland?
Yeah.
So who for you? Who was the winner for you on that day?
Without being biased, because Timbaland's my guy.
Yeah, straight.
Timbaland's my guy. Swiss held it on, but if I really think about it, I don't want to diss Timbaland, but I just got to go with Swizz.
Really?
Swizz. DMX for me was really one of my favorite rappers, and Swizz was behind DMX, and them kind of beats just really like.
I get you.
Yeah, but Timbaland, his artistry and his genius. He wins there for me, but.
I totally understand where you're coming from, and I think that's what we're going to kind of be facing with regards to the verses with
they're quite
Diddy
different, yeah,
and with Jermaine Dupri. So it's going to be that kind of challenge, whereas a lot more people probably will go with Diddy because of Biggie, you know what I mean, Notorious B.I.G. and everything. But I do believe, sorry to digress, but I don't think that P. Diddy owned the rights to most of those tracks with Notorious B.I.G. because it wasn't laid on Uptown
He had
Records.
to deal with Uptown and all that stuff, so it's a bit
so
sticky,
he might not be able to play them tune, and if he do, well, Jermaine Dupri might expose him, I'm just saying.
Well, I think producer-wise, Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri, for me, no, Puff Daddy has had hits, yeah? He has had hits, but a lot of his hits was remade from old songs. He knows how to take something old and bring it into the new. Can't take that away from him. He's a monumental guy. But when it comes to dancing records and hits, I've got to say Jermaine Dupri. What he done with So Def, even Chris Cross. Remember
Chris,
thank you.
You think if Jermaine didn't pick them up, we would have been wearing our trousers backwards and stuff.
Escape,
Come on, nostalgic music.
Yeah, man.
ATL, all of that. He brought in all the snap music. Usher, well, P Diddy.
P Diddy, but
P Diddy was
Usher
first.
but Jermaine Dupri done better mixes with Usher. I personally believe.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
and then Mariah Carey and all of that. Jermaine.
all right.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
Hold on.
So we've done the Caribbean, we've done USA. What are we saying about the UK?
UK.
Home. Come on.
Best producer in the UK for me.
Apart from yourself, obviously. Come on.
Just say yourself, man. I personally would say me.
Any particular genre?
Any genre.
Any genre. Okay. There's a guy called Dot Rotten. He was actually a grime producer. But I look at it more for his level of artistry and how he can put sounds together. Like that also matters to me. Some people will just go based on what they hear. But the way he puts records together and what he did for the scene, excellent.
Brilliant.
So Dot Rotten, if you're out there, big up yourself.
Big up yourself.
Big up
Come on, I love that
yourself.
recognition.
Yeah,
Well, you know, we asked you about, obviously we heard about you wanting to work with Beanie Man.
Yes.
Who else would you want to work with?
Shenseea, I say Shenyang at the moment. Yeah, Spice also.
Listen,
too.
I was about to just get something and just dash at
But
you if you didn't say
Spice.
Spice.
Yes, Spice, definitely. Spice, Shenyang.
I'm really playing.
I like Alkaline, Popcorn, Skilly Bang. Like,
we love a
Seawalk.
skilly.
yeah. I mean, I'll give it another small secret as well. Dancehall, actually really getting in and listening to dancehall is quite new to me. I used to make trap and R&B. So it's only really in like the last 2 years that I've really had my head in dancehall. The first record, one of the first beats that I made in dancehall is actually the beat for Chanel Muir, Yamabella.
Yeah, we're going to play that.
That was really at a time when a couple of weeks before, actually, one of my cousins, he saw one of my posts on Instagram for a hip hop record. And he just rang me and he said, "Cuz, can you make dancehall?" And I said, "I've never tried. I don't really listen to it, but I know my way around the computer and music software. So we've always got the rhythm, you know what I mean?" So I just gave it a go. And one of the first records I ever made was that record for her.
You know?
Yeah, and it does.
It's a banger, everybody.
Yeah,
the way he's downplaying it, like, just gave it a go.
No, it's true though. I really did just give it a go at that time. Now I kind of think I know what I'm doing to a degree. I still don't really rate regular dancehall, but I think that's why people kind of gravitate towards the sound, because it's not your standard bop dance. Yeah, it's not your standard dancehall.
Okay, as you've mentioned, Chanel, we're going to actually have to play this track because...
Oh yeah, please, go for it.
Top girl, I'm never born in a this week. Me still shop at DDs, I'm still shop at Macy's. Never certain places. Me a girl, me no frightened for link, and me no frightened for face. Young girl, no for kill it. If I know your size, don't wear it. And if I know your price, don't claim it. You better buy when your money can buy. Put some in your savings. Woman, fi have confidence. And you feel learn to depend on yourself. Do your liquor 9 to 5, me darling. Can't like you check for Friday morning. Somehow no don't use conscience. Rather buy here before you buy bed. Cock up in a man car before you put your kids before you. Big stink in your mid. What a good thing, me no live to impress people. I will never ever live to impress people. And me no know how no live to impress people. But just I live my life. Talent over high. Me not spend me rent in a no party. And now buy Patron if me don't have a pot. Right now me deep when I say 40. Say them a real hot girl and them stove not hot. Watch out when them man clown antenna. Them girl they a real yamabella. He bun me for them. Can't stand for say them jam and them under one umbrella. But what a good thing me no live to impress people. I will never ever live to impress people. Yeah. I mean I know how to live to impress people. Yeah, but those I live my life. Talent over hype. No girl can kidnap box me. Before my beg a girl I drive me, rather go boom taxi. How dirty hearty come stop me. I rather go on like my blind, rather go on like my stop see. You know see my blessed on me active. But full of subject me attractive. You know see set up gallery inactive. I Jamaica, my born, yeah, my style no adapted. So me no live to impress people. I will never ever live to impress people. Yeah, I mean I know how to live to impress people. Yeah, but just I live my life. Talent over hype. Me not spend me rent in a no party. Now I'm buy Patron if me don't have a pot right now. Me even I say 40. Real hot gal and them stove not hot. Watch out when your man clown antenna. Them girl they are real yamabella. He bun me for them. Can't stand for say them. Your man them under one umbrella. What a good thing. Me no live to impress people.
Mad. You know what?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Listen,
Yo.
Laverne, if you're listening right now, Laverne's one of our co-hosts.
All right, okay, yeah.
And she was the one that introduced
Laverne.
me to this track, yeah. And when I heard, I was like, yo, this track, mad. So when I heard you on Mixmaster J show, and I was like, mate, I fell on the floor. Because I'm like, this is a big tune, the rhythm bad, everything bad, the lyrics bad, everything. So what was your part in this? How did this all come about? Because you mentioned about this being your first dance.
I'll tell you,
we was gonna do a competition, right?
Okay.
Did I let you out of the bag? Anyway, you know what? No, let's just carry on with the show. Yes. So
Yeah, I'll tell you how the record come about. The same cousin actually that asked me if I could ever make dancehall records. It was actually through him. I gave him a few records. He actually went over to Jamaica to try and promote some of them, to try and get our name out there. He's got another cousin out there, Top Brath Entertainment. I think it's them that had the link with Pappy Don. So just through me giving the record to my cousin and him giving it on to them, they've obviously played this to Chanel. She liked it. Rest is history.
wow, that's mad.
That's all right. Do you know what? I'll say something on air. Yeah, this is to the producers. That record actually, when I actually gave that cousin to my record, I didn't actually give it to him. At the time, I was actually in the business of selling beats.
Right.
Yeah? I was actually in the business of selling beats. So obviously, I just first started dancehall. I didn't really know anything. I didn't know where that record was going to go. I didn't even think it could do anything. All right, okay, so they asked to buy the record off me as I was in the business of selling records. So they bought the record. They've gone on to give it to Chanel. So it's not actually my direct connection with Chanel, how that record's come about.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've just made the record, so that I will always have a connection to the record. But it's not actually directly me that sorted it out. So producers, if you don't really know your worth yet, just hold on to everything and just do what I do now. If people come to me, you can use the record. You know what I mean? I don't sell it to people. I don't give away my rights to my music anymore.
Yeah.
Please don't give away your rights to your music. Yeah, the little money is little money. I mean, at times, if you do need money, you might just have to take the risk, and just take the payment for the record. Yeah, I can't tell no one not to feed yourself. Do you know what I mean? But just be very careful about what you do, because you never know. Especially if you're just starting out, you're actually going to get better at some point. So whatever level you think you're at now, don't be too desperate to jump into anything, or at least don't be too desperate to give away your rights just for a little bit of money, because you never know what can happen after that. things are getting sorted out behind the scenes. Still, I'm not really connected too much to the record, but it was business, you know what I mean. But on my behalf, I'll just say out loud, it wasn't the best decision, but I didn't know at the time.
So
what we had on our hands.
You learn. You live and you learn.
Yeah, we live and we learn.
It's great advice.
You got to take a loss, because now I've learned so much, and now, even now, I know not really to charge people for records, because it's going to take away my rights. Just by giving records to people now, people have gone on to make some good records with them. Whether if I had tried to charge them, we may not have any of these records now at the moment. So it's okay to give your records away for free.
But it makes sense though, because I think this is one of the issues, especially within the music industry, that a lot of, like, say, artists or producers, they don't. It's their beat, but they don't own it. So once you've sold it, that's kind of like no longer really, you don't really have no ownership to it as such. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. So I think that's great advice that you've actually given out for producers. And what would you say even for, like, say, for artists as well? Because, you know, you got so many artists that are signed up to big, massive, like, record labels. Obviously, you got like Stormzy, who are independent and everything else. But what's your views in with regards to that? Do you think it's a good thing to sign up with, like, say, record labels, or to more go like independent?
I think definitely starting out, I would say try and stay as independent as you can. There's gonna come a point where you're gonna need help. I get help behind the scenes. People help me quite a lot. You can't do everything on your own. But yeah, try and stay independent as you can. However, if you know you've got talent, and these record labels do approach you and they can help you, if they're going to offer you a life-changing agreement, by all means, go for it if you really feel safe in doing that. I mean, because you could turn down the deal and then you could try and go independent and you may never get anywhere. So people shouldn't be too scared sometimes, especially with like publishing deals. A publishing deal, they might give you a bit of money up front, or they might, and people think it's actually a loan. You don't necessarily have to pay that money back. If you take on a publishing deal and they give you some money, and your record doesn't make that money back, you just can't make any money as an artist off that record until that money is recouped. It's not as if someone's going to come to you and say, hey, we gave you £100,000, we want that back because your record didn't do anything. No, it doesn't work like that. So people, don't be too scared to take deal money if it was offered to you. But what I would say is just if there is any sort of deal offered to you, you're well within your rights to say, okay, can I just sleep on it? Yeah. The people that are offering you the deal, they more want to know, all right, okay, you're going to be strong enough to say, okay, maybe I'll sleep on it. If you take it up front, they're going to think, all right, okay, well, maybe you're not even taking it serious enough to go back and go and check with a lawyer, which we all know. Don't sign anything until you get a lawyer.
Get a lawyer to read the fine print.
Yeah, but these days, some of the figures that are going out that have been offering to these young kids, I don't blame them. You're young and dumb at the moment, and these people are offering you big money, and some people are struggling at home. So sometimes it's best to take it, but just be very careful and always get any sort of thing that you need to sign looked over by someone professional, and make sure you sort out someone that's independent and that's not connected in any way to the people that are offering you the deal.
Right.
Just to be safe.
That's good advice, you know,
Absolutely.
because I think, you know, especially for youngsters that's coming up as well. I think, one of my friends, she just, son actually signed up with Sony Records.
Yeah, there's a lot of deals going around.
Yeah, recently, I think it was just like, Deanna, if you're listening, just correct me, is it Sony Records? I'm sure he's just recent, and I think he's only like, 18, 19.
Yeah.
So it just seems really crazy when you're hearing about these young people getting these deals and everything else. But I know with his mom, she's a lawyer anyway, so she would have checked that fine print. You understand what I'm saying? No one ain't gonna be able to try it with her and have one a son. Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. So so I definitely think that was great advice that you've actually given out to our listeners.
Definitely. If you can, try and sort out a business manager. I've just got a business manager now, SJ Management, Sharjay.
Big up yourself, Queen. We see you.
She's in the building today, so yeah, she proper handles my business, even to the point where trying to bring me here and just make sure everything goes well. So definitely, if you can, get a business manager. It's not if you can, you definitely can. You just need to just make the effort and just go out and find one. Yeah,
I love that because I remember myself and Janelle Rayburn, she's another one of our co-hosts, and we interviewed Marcia Griffiths, and she was actually saying that, you know, as an artist, you have to make sure you have, you got a manager, like a business manager. You have to stick in your lane. You're the artist, you sing, and then handle this, you know, because I think sometimes I find it for myself. I'm not an artist like that. I'm a creative, but I'm not an artist. Yeah, guys. Okay, yeah. However, you know, you try to do everything.
Yeah, you do.
And then that's where you mess up. So whereas if you've got a business partner or somebody's managing you, they can ensure that everything is done correctly and you don't miss anything.
Yeah. Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
So
I can give a quick example to that. Even yesterday, I was saying to these guys, it's okay, you can both come. And they said, have you checked to see if we're both allowed here due to COVID? And I was like, no, it's cool, it's all right. And they was both on me. They said, no, you must check. I went to check in my email and I actually saw the email from you, like saying to me, okay, who's going to be here, blah, 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 I need to know your name. So, a business manager for a creative, I think is a really important thing. As creatives, and especially producers, we have to do a lot from scratch. Like an artist will get the beat, an artist might get a show opportunity, and all they have to do, I shouldn't say all they have to do is turn up and sing, but that's their job to turn up and sing. But especially from producers, because sometimes we work from scratch, we have to look at everything that needs to be done. So it's making the record, then it's marketing the record. You know what I mean? And there's a lot that needs to be done. And when you got time on your hands and you can read and you can expose yourself to knowledge, sometimes it doesn't look so hard. So you think, I can do this. I can do this. You know, I don't need no one to help me. You do need someone to help you. I don't care who you are or what you think you are. Them biggest stars that you're out there admiring that look like they're so independent, they're not independent.
Come on now. And most of the time, them have people that do them social media and all them things. Right. It's not them that is directly dealing with it. And you have to have the key people in those positions, because it's just like any organizations. That's right. Do you get what I'm saying? So you always have people, like the receptionist, the person that does the admin, and you know, it always climbs up in that way, because then that way the foundation is a lot more solid. That's right. But if you're trying to do everything, you're just going to be a bit all over the place. Do you know what I'm saying? So you need that foundation to be rock solid in order for things to really happen.
Definitely.
So I was going to ask you,
go for it.
Seeing as you've been talking about, you know, school, what you've done in school, we wanted to see if you could do a tabletop challenge.
You know what?
What's that? What's the tabletop?
Because you're so brilliant, you can either knock out a beat on a table like I used to do at school, or you can beatbox.
All right, but you know what? We're going to be so graceful to you. We're going to do that after the break, so don't go anywhere, guys.
Okay, yep.
You're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio. iLive Radio.
This is Blaze, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.
What up, though? This is your girl, Coco St. James, hailing all the way from Detroit, Michigan, USA, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to music.
This is Angela Johnson, and you're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.
Are you looking for that feel-good music? The kind of music that makes you want to share with your friends? Then you've been looking for iLive Radio, your #1 source for music lovers worldwide, playing a variety of hits from soul, reggae, gospel, jazz, hip-hop, funk, and everything in between. Download the iLive Radio app now and listen to us when you're on the go. Available on iTunes and the Google Play Store. You can also listen live on TuneIn and Alexa. iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio.
This is Zims, and I'm inviting you to join me for choir practice every Monday, 7 to 8 p.m. on iLive UK. Choir practice will be bringing you music from a variety of groups, choirs, and solo artists, everything from Mississippi Mass Choir to House Gospel Choir. So join me Mondays, 7 to 8 p.m. on iLive UK. Told you I was coming.
Lightworks with V Swizzle. She's a hip-hop geek influenced by Dilla Beats. Tune into her show each and every Monday, 8 till 10 p.m. on iLive Radio UK, where the vibe is funky, chunky beats interwoven with lost funk hits for sound innovation. This is Lightworks with V Swizzle on iLive Radio UK.
Tune in to JC's Progressive Soul every Monday, 10 till midnight with me, JC. Playing the best in soul and soulful hip-hop, from the classic to the rare, blended with the neo and progressive, celebrating legends past and present. That's JC's Progressive Soul, every Monday, 10 p.m. till midnight.
We're starting up, now we're on our way. Illusion. Join me every Tuesday between 7 and 9 p.m. UK time, right here on iLive Radio with The Flashback Show, changing the way you listen to music.
Yeah, iLive Radio.
The Flashback Show across the World Wide Web.
iLive Radio.
The days when the nights we
Yo. Remember to look into the Marvelous Show every Wednesday 7 till 9 when I'll be playing R&B, hip hop, bashment, garage, you name it, some of the old school classics, and I'll also be bringing you some new stuff as well, so you know what to do. Look in the Marvelous Show till 9. Yeah, look in the Marvelous Show Wednesdays. iLive Radio.
iLive UK want to hear from you. You can get involved by calling us on 0208 638 8503, or you can send a WhatsApp message, text only, to 07 564 265 257. You can watch us live on YouTube and Mixcloud, and whenever you miss a show, you can listen back via Apple and Google Podcasts. Don't forget to download our iLive Radio Network app from the Google Store and take us on the road with you. It's iLive UK across all platforms, changing the way you listen to radio.
You're listening to iLive Radio.
iLive Radio.
iLive Radio. Changing the way you listen to radio.
This is Now Chat Show on iLive UK.
Laugh off of them. Yo, Dark Charm, G Mafia. Roll up in the fat coop, boy. Thick fat Kyle, boy. Me style a kill them, boy. Watch it, girl, them a pre me, Laugh off of them. Yo, Dark Charm, G Mafia. Roll up in the fat coop, boy. Thick fat Kyle, boy. Me style a kill them, boy. Watch it, girl, them a pre me, boy. Enough boy hate me, boy. True them girl one date me, boy. Take the clip off for safety, boy. Tell the fool them to face me, boy. Me flow so sweet, yeah, diabetes. Kick them like when Messi get a free kick. Pull up in a the fat grip, neck full of chips. Swag hotter than a cup of hot chocolate. Me style so sick, send for the nurse quick. Brands we a beat, no boy never beat it. Run the road like a athlete, tell them so we like street. Put it and repeat, bust it like a secret. No snow now fall, but me neck still a freeze. New kicks, them a wonder when me get these. White tees, Nikes, take your girl in a east, turn a girl in a freak from the city Benz keys. Yeah, man squeeze, life gone with the breeze. Shot a sting like these, watch them a beg please. More gal, more G's, more liquor, more trees. Money enough up in a jeans when you see we touch street. Roll up in a the fat coop, boy. Thick fat Kyle, boy. Me style a kill them, boy. Watch it, gal, them a pre me, boy. Enough boy hate me, boy. True them gal one date me, boy. Take the clip off for safety, boy. Tell the fool them to face me, boy. When you see we roll up, thick fat Kyle in a hand fold up. Get any gal, me style no call up. Cologne smell so sweet like donut. Real straight talks, no freaks, no runners. Have to make the money, cause the bang a phone up. Straight name brand, we no beat bogus. No shades from face, we no lose focus. Watch for your step when you approach us. Roll out so
This is Now Chat Show on iLive UK.
Pretty girls, nothing less. Long chain, round neck, clip, load on the step. We alone bad, we no need friend, no know the shreps. Them not on pro.
Yo, listen. I was just in a little zone there, I'm not even gonna lie. This is you, yeah?
Come on.
This is you,
This
G
is
Mafia. Like, come talk to us, boy.
Come on.
Boy.
Calm down.
Style a kill them, boy. Watch it, girl, them a pre me, boy. Enough boy hate me, boy. True them girl one date me,
boy.
Take the clip off for safety,
boy.
Tell the fool them to face me, boy. Me flow so sweet, yeah, diabetes. Kick them like when Messi get a free kick. Pull up in a the fat grip, neck full of chips. Swag hotter than
We're supposed to be having a conversation right now, but everyone just propagating on that. I know you guys that are listening live right now, all catching the replay, you are doing the exact same thing. This is Dark Charm Records, yeah? G Mafia, like, talk about Roy. Come talk to us, come on.
Boy. All right, Boy, yeah, I'll drop another little secret, man. That was actually made for another artist, Toro C. Some people might be familiar with Toro C. He told me one day he needed some beats, so I just made that one morning. That actual track, boy, I'm quite sure we looked at the project file. I think that was about 45 minutes I made that in.
What? Hold on, rewind.
Iba.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
See? Genius.
Mate.
I've got it down now to about I can build a rhythm quite easily in 30 minutes, but as a creative, as you might know, perfectionism kicks in. So you start tinkering with things, and then half an hour turns into an hour, and then an hour turns into 3, and then 3 turns into all right, mate, stop now, and it's fine, leave it.
Wow, 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes. But I just thought when I made that track, I did send it off to Toro. Toro actually did do a song on it. We got a rhythm project coming out on that rhythm. It's actually called the Wave Rhythm.
The Wave Rhythm.
So Toro's one's gonna come out. There's quite other people. I think Young Saber. He's got a record on it. With another lady, Eri J. I can't remember her name.
People's riding this rhythm.
Yeah. It's gonna be coming out soon, man.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go for it.
How do you name a rhythm?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good question.
My partner's over there, she'll laugh. Sometimes I just say to her, give me a name of a song, and within 2 minutes, anything that comes into my head, I'll just say, okay, Wave Rhythm. That's it. Leave it. I try not to dabble on that too much, because you can get caught up in naming your songs and all of that stuff. But really and truthfully, after someone looks at the title, if they've asked you for that beat, they don't really care about the title. They're just going to press play anyway.
Yeah.
They're going to change the name of the song anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. But sometimes I use a name generator. I'm not gonna lie. I've learned now, especially with music, that and as what you were saying before, you try and do too much. So little things like that that can just eliminate me wasting my time thinking, oh, what do I call this? Time's too precious. So I don't like wasting my time at all. So I just use a name generator sometimes. So it would just give me the name, but if not, it just anything that comes into my head, I'll just say it. If I'm really finding it hard, as I just said there, I'll just use the name generator. Why not, man? These tools are here for us.
Use it, right? Use it, absolutely.
Okay, so you're not going to get away with it. The table.
No, come on. I used to get in trouble for banging on the table.
All right.
Listen, just quickly, sorry, mom, big up yourself. Yeah, I know you used to get a few reports. I think you even had a letter home, but definitely we had a parents' evening. I got in trouble for banging on the desk and inciting others to drum on the desk. But this is where I come from, man. I used to drum drum and bass back then. Like that was like 90, 96, 97.
Okay, because that would have been around that area. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say it is. Let's say it is. Guys, are you listening?
It's gonna be a bit faster. It's drum and bass. Yeah.
It's all right.
See,
all right, I was going to try and drop
see?
bars because I got it like that. No, yeah, you were supposed to. Yeah,
but you're the one that does that, Kaz. Anyway, right? Trying to hot me up.
You can't hot up.
Right, so in it. So I would like to know, because I love to watch a challenge. Right, we're going to talk about some challenges a bit later, but on your social media with your, like, say for example, your Wave Rhythm, are you going to have some challenges where people can come on and ride your rhythms?
Yeah,
definitely.
Dope.
Definitely. I get so many ideas from people. But yeah, one thing I definitely need to do is freestyling challenges and some more dancing challenges.
Yes.
Like I like the fun aspects of dancehall. I like the dancing side of it. I like to see people move. I don't want to take it a bit too dark, but music for me, I actually went through a stage of depression, and music for me, that's what got me out of it. And it was making the fast up-tempo rhythms. It was more trap and hip-hop.
Yeah.
But that just used to elevate my mood. And now, if I can make a record, it's so great even when I get a record back and someone sang on it. But when I see people dancing...
Blessings.
I just
Mate,
I just can't even believe that.
That
I just can't even believe it sometimes. But it just makes me so happy, man. It's one of the most instinctive things that come to us. Like even with children, as long as you put on a beat, they're gonna move. They don't even know that they're moving to the music. They don't even understand that it's the music making them move. So to do that for people and to see people smile, look at you both of me smiling.
Yeah, man.
We're talking about music.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a medicine, isn't it? You know,
Absolutely.
that's why we need music. And when they were, you know, during the COVID and everything, and saying we can't go and meet up and all of that kind of stuff, and that's why I rate man like Bad Andrew, because he created this whole movement with the van and people just following him and just you know, just having a whole party and everything, because music is a part of us as human beings. Do you know what I mean? We are created with sound and so much creativity, so to stop people from doing that is absolutely crazy. You know, like you talked about depression and everything. I mean, what was going on in your life at the time when you went through, you know, that depression? Do you mind sharing, or is that too personal? Because we are quite nosy.
No. It's not too personal. Do you know? I think people shouldn't be afraid to talk about any bad situations they've gone through, because you'll find out that most people that you're speaking to have gone through a bad situation. They might not have got depressed, or do you know what I mean? They might not have done anything silly after the bad situation that they went through, but I don't mind talking about it at all, because a lot of people do go through depression, and as I say, the statistic is you're going to go through it at some point in your life.
Absolutely. And
some people go through it and they don't understand that they're going through it. They might just think, they're just a bit sad, or they might even just think, nothing's happening for me in my life. And really, you've got everything. Once you got food and you got heat and you got some people to talk to, or something that you enjoy to do, you're actually kind of okay. It's when you start looking at other people and what other people are doing, you start to think, maybe my life's a bit empty, or my relationship isn't as good as yours, or you start to overthink stuff, and the stuff that you overthink really is imagination. It's not happened yet. It really is a waste of time. So what was happening is I was working. I used to work for a company called Osborne's, a construction company. I used to work in the office. One of the guys there, he actually went off sick for 3 months because he had an epileptic fit. Right. We used to look after the work for, I think it was about 200 construction guys. So when he went off sick, there was no one there but me. So I used to be getting there early, leaving 9:30 in the evening, and the partner that I had at the time, it just wasn't great. Do you know what I mean? Things just started to break down. Another thing that I think contributed to it, I was actually trying to quit smoking at the time, smoking cigarettes, and that was just another thing that was just going on. That same year, I was unfortunately told I had quite an acute eye disease. It's not an acute, it's called keratoconus, but I was told I had an eye disease that year. There's just so many things going on, and it just takes one thing.
Its toll.
Yeah. I didn't lose it or anything, but depression is just like, you just think, all right, okay, I just can't do this anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. Because I think, cool. You know, especially as a man as well, especially as a black man, we need to have these open conversations,
they don't talk about
especially within the black community. So how was you able to deal with that? I mean, obviously, you know, you identify as you're speaking what was actually going on. So how did you slowly come out of the depression itself?
All right, okay. I got to big up my dad again.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, listen. Them doctors, you tell them that you're depressed, and the first thing they want to do is try and give you some for it.
Yeah. Antidepressants. You know what I mean? They
want to give you antidepressants and all of that stuff. They want to try these things on you, and what worked for me, my dad, he's quite of a man's man. He didn't really understand what I was going through when I told him that I had depression. You know, he didn't really, because he didn't see anything major going on for him to think, my son's hurting, or something's hurt my son. Do you know what I mean? He just saw me just not my usual self, a bit down, kind of quiet. You know what I mean? Get upset sometimes, but he just said to me, I told him they're trying to give me these tablets and stuff. He said, "You didn't take them, did you?" I was like, "No." And he's like, "All right, okay, cool. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take you on holiday." Vitamin D, especially for us, need it.
Yes.
The sun, trust me, the sun, can erase so much from you. That's why do you think when the sun's not there, it's a gloomy day?
Come on, now.
You see what I'm saying?
Sad.
Yeah.
So he took me away. He took me away, and then from the first day, I used to go out on walks, bare chested, go out on walks, just soak up the sun. What worked for me though, and I'll advise anyone to do it, is I just used to keep a personal diary in it every day.
Journal.
And I was walking one day and I thought, you know what, let me just talk into this camera. I got no one to talk to. So I spoke into the camera, and at one point, I was listening back to myself, and I just thought, I can see how you are. You don't need to be like that. Like, to see, some people don't see how bad they are when they're going through stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's only like in hindsight, you might look back and you think, all right, okay, but it wasn't hindsight for me. It was almost instant. Like I'd record the videos and go back and watch them. And I think seeing myself and hearing myself explain what I thought was wrong with me, I started to understand. All right, okay, cool. I understand what's wrong with me now. It's not really that bad, but I just think definitely the sun really helped. I don't want to waffle too much, but I just really think the sun.
You're not waffling. So basically, so for some people that will do journaling, because I journal, you know, it's self-introspection and reflection.
It really is, yeah.
And once you can step outside and read back what you've written or you've recorded, and you're just like, wow, is that how it is? I didn't realise it was that. And then you can identify and know how to make it better, or if I tweak this or do this. And like you said, you just stumbled across that. But you know, most people don't realise that if they just, because what did I say to you when I came in today, Kaz? I was like, the sun is shining. I feel
we
great.
was on a vibration.
Do you know what I mean? And it's so important.
It really
people,
is good to
if you can't get out in the sun, people, go and get yourself some vitamin
outside.
D and put in your food. Okay, it's really, really important, because a lot of the time, I know that not having sunshine, it affects me. Because if I know that, then you got to combat yourself and you got to help yourself. So pick up yourself. This is an amazing interview. Thank you so much.
And what I loved about you sharing with regards to how you was dealing with the depression and actually recording yourself and watching back, you know, so you was able to identify, okay, what's going on in my mind at that time. Because the thing is, at the moment, I'm on a journey of trying to manage my mind, because I've been like dealing with depression and all these other
it
stuff.
Comes as a creative, it really does.
And you really need to know how to manage the mind. I don't think people really understand, because they don't really share or teach you how to do those things.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? They will teach you, when you go to school, they're going to teach you, go get an education, go get a job and all them kind of things. But they never really tell you about the most important part of your whole entire body is your mind.
Exactly.
The master teacher said that the brain, the mind is an elusive animal to tame.
It is.
You know, and when your ego, so I was talking to my son actually a couple of days ago, and I said to him, son, when your brain is telling you certain things, that's your ego, and it will try to destroy you. You've got to tell your ego to get in the back seat and that you're driving this vehicle. Do you understand?
Literally got to talk to it.
Yeah,
you literally
you
got
have
to talk to
you
it.
have to.
You know, you have to. And it sounds crazy, you know, like when people say, oh, you know, are you talking to yourself? You're a bit mad, aren't you? No,
I am.
The fact that I'm talking to myself means me saying, you understand, because I'm correcting whatever chat is going on in my head to make sure me not doing nothing mad. You understand what I'm saying? So I think, you know, that is so crucial. And I love that we're having this conversation right now.
Brilliant. Listen, I told you when I came in, I brought the sunshine, and
you sure did.
We did. Listen, thank you.
Let me just put on my shades.
And do you know what? Yeah, put the shades on.
With Chris
your smile is very contagious.
Oh, thank you.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
can I say a quick word? Just
of
quickly
course you
to
can.
someone. I bigged up my dad for buying me the keyboard, but it was actually my mum Pamela. She bought me my first computer that I was able to do music on.
Wow.
So, mum.
What was the computer?
It was a Dell. It was a Dell PC.
Yeah, no, we need to ask these things. You know, we had Atari and all those kinds of things.
It was a Dell PC, and it's the same again. We didn't have much, but I asked her for it. She did what she needed to do. She went out to work like everyone else and came back with the computer, and it's been a wrap since then. But mum, that has been such a monumental thing for me. I know I was able to do computer music at school, but when I was able to do it at home, when I had nothing else to do,
your parents invested in you.
Mum, I love you so much. Thank you for everything. You helped me up until this day. You're still helping me now, and I just thank you so much. Mum and Dad been pivotal. The other person is my partner Rebecca. Listen, monumental in terms of helping me in the last 2 years. When I had no one else to turn to, I had her to turn to, and even on this record, boy. On this record, I played it to her. I was like, does this sound okay? There's one thing that she asked me to change, and I took it out. I think I had a little bell, so we took that out. But other than that, we've got the record that we have today. So she's also my assistant engineer when we're producing. She's my second set of ears. Do you know what I mean? So
you've raised her, or she has those skills before she met you?
Music-wise, I think I've helped her with the music skills, but when it comes to art, she's actually the head of art at Dark Charm Records. So all the artwork that you see from Dark Charm
Big
Records
up Rebecca,
comes from her.
come on, we
so
love the partnership.
She don't
Yes,
ramp,
man.
Yeah, she don't ramp. She's really good at it.
That's dope. What? Listen,
Well, if you need any models, guys,
Yeah.
because we love a hoodie and a cap and all them things.
Oh, you guys are getting hoodies.
I mean,
Come on.
Come.
Yes, queen.
Oh, definitely.
Okay,
That's
so
what
what's
happened.
next for Dark Charm Records? What's next for you?
All right, okay, what's next? What's currently happening? We've got the Park Rhythm out at the moment. That's just starting to get released. The artists are just starting to send out their records to the DJs. We've had one feature on BBC Radio yesterday, so that was a success. But that project, it took quite a lot out of me. But just to see that now it's being played on radio and people are dancing to it, I'll write that off as a success. The next one,
so just like success, just so calmly.
I like it.
But anyway,
you got to be calm and level-headed
Yeah.
about things, man. Because some people get caught up too much. You get a little bit of hype and stuff, and it is nice when people are commending you for your work. But I just think for me, maybe it might be a bit easier for me because I'm slightly older. But I just keep a level head with things. Just accept. All right, okay. It's not as if these things are happening for no reason. I'm at home studying hard. I don't go out. I watch tutorials all day. Some people might think I'm boring, but I get up. I watch tutorials about producing. If I'm not watching tutorials about producing, I'm reading in the garden about marketing or sales. Do you know what I mean? Or artist development. So I just think now anything that happens or comes my way, just stay level-headed and just be in the mind frame of that this is what's supposed to happen. If you try hard enough at something, you're going to succeed somewhere down the line. Do you know what I mean? You don't know when it's going to come. You don't know of the magnitude that it might be, but just don't you dare give up, man. You get there in the end.
I love that because you're talking a language like so many of those successful business people like Bob Proctor, you know, you've got Tom Bewley, all of these individuals that are just doing amazing things. And the key thing is that they're constantly studying. And
you got to be a constant student.
Constantly. You can't just say, I've arrived.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because once you do that, that's when it's just all going to kind of like, shamble and everything else.
Exactly,
So how do you, with regards to being a producer and everything, is this all that you do? Or do you have another job that you do? Or this is it, basically?
I did a small stint at the Peckham Theatre. I was teaching some kids, actually producing. So all I do is produce. This is my job now.
Wow, I love that.
So I just made a decision, like, if I'm going to do it, I just need to just give it my all. I didn't really want to devote some time over here and just lose my mental real estate when really it should just be on producing. So I just produce now.
I wanted to find out. One of my questions was going to be about mentoring and coaching. So you've mentioned that now. If there are any young people that want to, learn from the best, where do they need to find you?
Okay. All right. Okay. You can find me on Instagram. I mainly just stick to Instagram at the moment. Again, I don't like too much stuff wasting my time.
Me too.
So I don't want to get too. You know what I mean? I just stick to one app.
One.
I've got 2 pages. I really should just have one, but you can find me at Dark Charm 6. That's my main personal page, and Dark Charm Records is more where I showcase the finished products. So that's when the track's completed and ready to go ready to go out to the public. I'll post that on Dark Charm Records. So you can catch me at Dark Charm Records or at Dark Charm 6.
So does Rebecca do all your graphics and everything on Dark Charm?
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah.
Okay.
She's
I ain't
really
gonna
good
lie,
at
it looks sick. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the page, I was like, "Raw, hey, this looks proper lit."
Yeah,
you know?
sometimes, especially just quickly as a creative, sometimes even though you know that you can create stuff and you know that you might be able to create something that's good, sometimes some things are just best left to other people. Yeah, I know I can create artwork, but she's better than me.
Yeah.
So like you was talking about ego before, just lose your ego. Just accept it that there's someone else that will get you there faster. Just jump on that train.
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
It's fun. It's really fun.
And that's a leader.
Yes.
That's leadership just by itself. You know,
Absolutely.
you recognise that how it's okay for somebody else to be better in that area.
Yeah.
That's their skill set. That's their strength. When you don't deal with that, that's really poor leadership.
It is, yeah.
You know, so I rate you, man.
And it can be a waste of time, and that's the most precious thing we got. You can't ever get that back.
That's right.
Don't waste your time, and don't you dare give up. 2 things, that's it.
So don't waste your time.
Don't give up.
Give up.
Yeah, don't you dare give up at all.
Boy, I'm gonna have to be playing this podcast or the replay all the time. Just pause it there. Don't give up. Don't give up. I think you should make a tune. Don't give up. Don't give up. Yeah, something.
Yeah, man. You gotta throw in the dare. It's don't you dare give up.
Don't you dare give up.
That's it. That's easy enough to remember for everyone. Don't you dare give up. Anything that you think you might need to stop, just don't you dare. Just keep going.
Just keep going. Yeah, man. That's blessed, man. The time is now 6:27. Okay. All right. So do you have any other shout outs that you want to give to anybody at all?
Yeah, I got a shout out to people that have been monumental to me in the music industry. First off, I got to big up G Mafia. Definitely, I got to big up G Mafia. I got to big up Young Saber, One Lord God, Mixmaster J.
Come on.
Do you know what I mean? Shawnee B, Raz Kwame, anyone, DJ Davda, anyone that's played any of my records, you know, anyone that's even stopped on my content to watch on YouTube, anyone that's asked me to take a record and spent their hard-earned money recording on a record, you know, to help me out and to help themselves, I got to big you up. I got to big up everyone because I can't do this on my own. Even if I sat there and made the beats on my own, I need someone to listen to it. No one does anything on their own, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. Jay was like, Mixmaster Jay is like, Kaz, you need to have him on your show. I'm like, okay. I said I'm gonna have him on the show. And he asked me again, you gonna have him on the show? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have. It's gonna happen maybe in October. And he just look, he just got that stern look about him. I thought, boy, I better make this happen like tomorrow. You know the way it's there. So we're so grateful that you're here with us,
thank
and
you so much.
you're gonna send us the new track as well, right? So we can give it some airplay.
Yeah, I'll send you the whole Park Rhythm project if you want. That's cool, man. So you got something to juggle and have fun with. Dance,
man.
You know how we do.
Listen, and you know what? I'm looking forward to the challenges that you're going to be doing as well.
Oh yeah, the challenges are coming. They're coming very, very soon, man. Very soon.
Fabulous.
So look out for all the challenges.
So you're going to put all of them out there, like even the silly ones, even like
everything. You see, if anyone's having fun or taking their time and effort to do anything to my records, I'm going to put it out there, man. Why not?
We should do something, Miss T.
Yeah, man.
Come on.
Yeah,
I'm up for that.
We should definitely do something.
Yeah.
We might actually win.
We're winners anyway, Kat.
I didn't want to say it like that,
Yeah, you might just win. If you think you win, then you know what I mean. Just have confidence.
What do you win?
Can have confidence.
We'll give you time to think about it.
No. I know what it is, but I just don't want to give it away.
Okay. All right. So is it going to be a bit like what Spice done with the Go Down There? You know, when she did a Spice challenge, is it going to be like that?
No, it's probably no. I'm just gonna keep it close to my chest at the moment. It's gonna be really fun. Okay. It's gonna be really fun. The prize that you're gonna win. So just look out.
No, I'm not talking about the prize. I'm talking about the challenge itself. Yeah, because when she was doing the Spice challenge, you know, when she brought out a track with her and Sean Paul and Shaggy, yeah. So she had everybody in the entire world was just like sending videos of them doing the Go Down There Gal challenge. And I mean, it was crazy, like the comments and people said, no, sir, that person not good, you know. It was just pure matting, but it was like, I couldn't keep going on there just to see who's going to do. I was telling people, you need to take part in this. And we was doing it even on the show. And I said, I'm going to take part, but I couldn't even get down there. I'm just keeping it low. I tried to get down, I couldn't get back up. You know, I'm just like, mate, the knees weren't really, well, maybe I should have just taken some olive oil or some cod oil or something. But, you know, I'm going to get down there. Trust me.
I'll watch you.
Oh, okay. Do you see the love in there? I'll watch you. Not even. I would join in. We're going to do it together.
I know my limitations, you see. Kaz is a wonderful whiner.
Listen, I don't get all this booty for nothing, did I?
Well, that's what I'm saying. She have and me have none. All right.
I can give you something like alpha for you and alpha for me. Chris, it's been wonderful having you here.
Thank you.
All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to put some more music for you because you don't know how it is on Now Chat Show. Don't go nowhere.
It's Joey's.
Top girl, I me never born in a East week. Me still shop at DDs, I'ma still shop at Macy's. Now got certain places. Me a girl, me no frightened for link, and me no frightened for face. Young girl, no for killing. If I know your size, don't wear it. And if I know your price, don't claim it. You better buy when your money can buy. Put some in your savings. Woman, feel have confidence. And you feel learn to depend on yourself. Do your little 9 to 5, me darling. Not like you check for Friday morning. Somehow no don't use conscience. Rather buy here before you buy bed. Cock up in a man car before you put your kids before you. Big stink in your mid. What a good thing, me no live to impress people. I will never ever live to impress people. And me no know how no live to impress people. Me just a live my life. Talent over high. Me not spend me rent in a no party. And now buy Patron if me don't have a pot. Right now me deep when I say 40. Say them a real hot gal and them stove not hot. Watch out when them man clown antenna. Them gal they a real yamabella. He bun me for them. Can't stand for say them can man them under one umbrella. But what a good thing me no live to impress people. I will never ever live to impress people. Yeah, yeah. I mean I know how to live to impress people. Yeah.
I mean, I live my life. Whoa, yo. Listen, Dark Charm Records is trying to leave the building, but we're just like, no, you're not going anywhere. We want to talk to the boss. We want to talk to your business partner. So what's going on, sis? Talk to us. Tell us, like, how is it been to work with Dark Charm?
Do you know what? He makes my job really easy, to be honest, because he's very self-contained. As he said, he watches YouTube tutorials. You know, he teaches himself the business. He's you know, been burnt a couple times in the industry, and so I was reluctant to even, you know, be his business manager, because I've dabbled in music over the years and I love music, but not necessarily the industry. So he is just a credit to himself. His work rate is second to none. I think that, you know, I just want everyone to know that he works, he eats, sleeps, breathes, and this.
Wow.
Yeah, 4 a.m. starts. You know, I could call him and I'm like, listen, there's a project that I need you to do, da-da-da-da-da-da. Could you do this? Boom. Yeah, I've done it. No messing about. I'm not technical. I don't know the technical terms for things. We'll be in the studio, I'll suggest something and he will just do it. And so yeah, he's destined to be for greatness. I've always felt that. Amen. I've heard his first beat I heard was when he was 15. Jeez. And he made this hip hop beat and it sounded like something from Dr. Dre Chronic. I was like, did you make this? He was like, of course. I said, no, I got excited then.
Yeah.
And this is over 20 years ago. And he said to me, I'm good, but I want to be great.
Come on.
And he has gone to university, he has studied his craft, you know, and he is technically on point. Even studios we've been to, the studio that we work with, when the owner first heard him, when we booked our first session, he was like, I thought you were a beat maker, but you're not, you're a producer. So that speaks volumes. So I just want to say, like,
props.
you know,
Big up
I'm really proud. The best is yet to come. This is just the start of things. So,
That's dope, because what I love about what you're actually sharing, and thank you so much for coming on, because I know you're kind of camera shy and thing, and you know what, you're just background, yeah. But you know, I think it's so important, because when people see you at a next level, they know that you didn't just arrive there like that. It wasn't a microwave thing. This was a journey. It's a process, and I think this is one of the issues that we're dealing with in society, that we're looking at people's almost their end goal and not understanding they've been doing this for like 20 plus years. You know, they like you said, he eats, breathes, sleep, everything. This is what you do. And the fact that you're even getting up at 4 a.m., most of us, it's just like, I know my alarm goes off at 5. My alarm goes up at 5. Yeah. People look at me like, why is your alarm going at 5? Because I'm in my head is successful people gets up early. Yes, you understand what I'm saying? So if I want to be successful, I need to get up early and start making maneuvers. So whether that means I have to do reading, people know I'm at the gym, you know, I'll be at the gym for like 6:45 and I'll do a live. And it's not me doing it to big up myself. It's really just to inspire other people to just say, you know what, you can do this as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not a vanity thing. So what I love about your story is that you're not actually publicly showing people this is what you're doing, but your results is going to show that's what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's just about the music for me. Yeah, it's really just about the music for me. Like I said, I don't really go out too much. I don't really socialize in big groups at all. For me, I don't really socialise in big groups at all. I don't really go out to parties too much. I just like to learn, and it's been a blessing that what I like to really learn is music. So and that becomes productive in itself. Once I actually start to make the music and give it out to people, it brings the results, and it makes me happy.
The key word for him, I think, is discipline. Very, very disciplined. Very, very disciplined, and he's his own critique as well.
Yeah.
That can be self-critical, but very disciplined. And so he will make those sacrifices where some of his friends might be out, and I'm telling him about all these restaurants I've been to and socialising. He's like in his house. Grafting.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Yeah, mastering his craft. So
yeah,
but I can't wait for the project that he's working on at the moment, the R&B projects. Like, he's not just bashment, he can produce R&B.
Yeah, because you do drill. You do R&B, you do dancehall, obviously.
Trap, everything.
And hip-hop as well.
That's it, yeah. The R&B project is coming. It's going to come soon. We're working with a really good singer now. Her name is Shy.
She's locked in. Big up yourself, Shy.
Yeah, Shy.
Big up yourself, Shy.
That's the Narcissist?
Yeah,
come on.
Bad.
Yes.
Have to play that again.
We love it.
Shy.
That's dropping. So, that's gonna come really soon, man. So you're gonna see that it's not just dancehall for me. It'll be dancehall, R&B, hip hop. A few drill records are gonna come out soon. So yeah, man, I just love to make music. I love to produce, and I love for people to use the music, and try and help better their own lives through using my music. So yeah, it just makes me happy.
You know what? I'm just looking at you in awe because, Rebecca, nobody come for me, And I try and look funny, man, that's it, right? But I'm just looking at you and I just see genius. I just see success.
Thank you.
Remember I said, when you came in, I just saw you look like money.
Yeah.
Tanisha, if you're listening, Tanisha always say, Kaz, me look like money, I'm like, yo, you look like money. Like your beard, everything. Yo, man, listen, guys, if you are watching on the Twitch or the Mixcloud and catching the replay, you can agree with me, man look like money, yeah?
Thank you.
And if you don't agree, you're hated. Well, you're not hating, you just don't know what money looks like. But when I say money, you just look rich.
Yes.
Like you're rich in wisdom, everything about you, your energy.
You exude it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like your whole vibration.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
So yeah, man, big up yourself, man.
Big up yourself. Thank you again for having me. It's been a pleasure. It really has been a pleasure.
It's been an honour.
Anytime. If you want me to come in again, anytime.
Okay, and if you can just repeat your social media for anybody that may have just tapped in and they want to connect with you.
Yeah, of course. You can find me on Instagram, darkcharm6, that's the number 6, and then you can also find me at Dark Charm Records.
Excellent. Thank you so much, King. So guys, make sure you don't go anywhere because as always, we've got the best music for you. So don't go anywhere.